Fire the intro!
Ixie Studios! BluePopStream!
Welcome to BluePopStream! And Lexi's here. Excellent. Alright, first things first. I'm not sponsored by Pepsi, but I'd kill a class of high school students to get... No, I shouldn't say that. Alright, welcome. You're here, you're 15% queer, and you have the guide up just in case. I also pulled the guide up just in case, but it's good that you have it as well. Okay, so we are here and we're about to do the 4th class trial. I'm excited. As I mentioned on the last stream, my guess with absolutely no context going into the trial, only based on what I've seen beforehand and my knowledge of the franchise, I'm gonna get the guess that I'm going to put forth, and no one confirm or deny it, is that Nekomaru killed himself so the rest of us would not starve. It lines up with things that the franchise has done, because that's kind of what happened in the first game. Apologies, but spoilers. Alright. Sorry, I'm just waving at a fucking bug in here. Also, I have not eaten, so please bear with me if I eat my chicken burgers that I cooked while we stream. Give me just a minute. Did I get it? Nope. So apologies if I'm swatting at this fucking bug. Get him. Ah, there's a moth flying around my room. I'll get him at some point. Oh, I'm not gonna purposely chew loudly into the mic, but let me know if it bothers you. Also, is the sound balance okay? Let me know. We're gonna get started. Whoa, that was new, I think. I did set my new skill that I got from Gundam. Sounds good? Alright, excellent.
Now then, let's begin with a simple explanation of the class trial. During the class trial, you will present your arguments for who the killer is and vote for who done it.
Oh, look. Fucking Mikan's picture is a medical plus instead of the X.
If you vote correctly, then only the blackened will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong person, I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and that person will earn the right to leave this island.
Also, I don't know if this was there before or if I'm stupid. I just noticed there's like a pattern on Hajime's tie. I don't know if that's of any significance.
I'm sure you guys are starving by now, but let's get revved up and raring to go.
I am, that's why I'm eating right now.
Whoever survives will be treated to a fancy lunch. Guess what? Rabbit curry is on the menu.
Oh guys, they're gonna feed us Monomi!
Huh? I'm not the main ingredient, right?
I'm here today because Coach Nekomaru risked his life to protect me. I'm gonna be the one who avenges him. I'll definitely find out who the killer is. I'm definitely not tempted by curry. Got it?
Akane, you seem to have an impressive amount of drool flowing from your mouth.
Hey, why don't we try going over the incident? We weren't able to leave Strawberry House, so I want to make sure we get a detailed understanding.
I discovered Nekomaru's body a little before 7 a.m. I headed over to Grape Tower from Monokuma Taichi and found the body there. Hajime and Chiaki were also with me.
Hajime was with Miss Sonia and Chiaki that early in the morning?
Oh, Jesus Christ, Soda.
Don't tell me you three were together since last night!
Imbecile! I am not some woman with flexible legs.
Flexible legs.
Of course you're not. You're much classier than that.
Although she did confirm last week that she's not a virgin.
With legs like those, I could probably do the splits real easy.
God damn it, Akane.
We just happened to run into each other on the first floor of Grape House. We went to the tower together.
And then, the three of us discovered Nekomaru's body.
The body discovery announcement was made soon after. Akane heard that and rushed over.
We heard the body discovery announcement too, from Strawberry House, obviously. As I recall, we found out the elevator was out of order, which left us stuck.
So we decided to go to the tower for the time being and headed for Strawberry Hall. But someone even broke Strawberry Hall's door button. We couldn't go anywhere because of that.
That's true. She's the ultimate gymnast. She should already be able to do splits.
Thinking we should at least find some method to communicate, we set our sights on the lounge telephone.
Forget these boring intros. Let's talk about the killer. Anyway, it's definitely someone from Strawberry House.
What do you mean, definitely?
There's no way a chick would kill someone so cruelly. So it must be one of you Strawberry House dudes.
Oh, cool. She's sexist too. That's nice.
One of you better hurry up and confess, or I'll break all of you in half!
You're the cruelest one here!
Now, enough with the lovers' quarrel. We need to think about this seriously.
I'm genuinely surprised that they have Nekomaru's actual face in his portrait and not the robot face. Or maybe like both.
We don't have the luxury of discussing irrelevant things. The incident this time has many questions.
The incident notwithstanding, I also have many questions.
Everyone has questions. That's the whole point of the game.
Then let's start with something even Miss Sonia can understand. The weapon.
They're gonna say it's the hammer, but it's probably not.
Well, the weapon is obvious, right?
Oh God, what's he doing?
What the heck, you guys? The weapon! You can totally tell just by looking.
The hammer. Here we go. See, I think it actually is the pillar, but maybe they want me to say the hammer.
I guess we should figure out the weapon first.
The weapon was right there at the scene of the crime.
That pillar, huh?
No, the hammer! The killer used that hammer and beat the crap out of him.
Uh-huh.
If it was unexpected, I suppose that is possible.
That's right. It was a surprise beating. The weapon is decided.
Hmm.
I guess we should figure out the weapon first.
The weapon was right there at the scene of...
That pillar.
No, the hammer! The killer used that hammer and beat the crap out of him.
No.
Damn it!
I guess we should figure out the weapon first.
The weapon was right there at the scene of the crime.
That pillar, huh?
No, the hammer! The killer used that hammer and beat the crap out of him.
If it was unexpected, I suppose that is possible.
That's right. It was a surprise beating.
No.
Damn it!
I guess we should figure out the weapon first.
The weapon was right there at the scene of...
That pillar, huh?
No, the hammer! The killer used that hammer and beat the crap out of him.
That's not it. Hey, Veronica. Yep, posture checking. Okay, this is...
Damn it! I guess we should figure out the weapon first.
The weapon was right there. That killer. No, the hand the killer used and beat the crap.
If it was unexpected.
That's right. It was a surprise beating.
What?
Damn it!
I'm already
Guess
fucking...
we should figure out the weapon first.
The weapon was right there at the scene of the crime.
Alright, I'm not gonna hide anymore. I have a guide, but the one I clicked says
No, the hammer.
isn't the right one.
The killer used that hammer
No looking here, he beat the crap.
and beat the crap
Oh.
out of him.
Alright, got it.
No, that's wrong.
I did like every other variation except that one.
No, I can't accept that that hammer was the murder weapon.
Yep.
Why not? Why can't you accept it?
A lot of oil was flowing from Nekomaru's body, just like human blood, right? If the hammer was used to beat Nekomaru, you'd expect some oil to be on it at least.
This is gonna be a while. I don't want to take too long.
So that's why you can't accept that it's the murder weapon.
Well, yeah, but the killer might have wiped off the oil later.
Why?
Well, obviously, to make the hammer look like it's not the murder weapon.
Then why bother cleaning the oil? If they didn't want it to look suspicious, they would have discarded the hammer.
You're pretty insightful, baby gangsta.
Baby gangster? Me?
Oh no, she pointed out the baby face!
Just so you all know, I was trying to test you guys.
Fuck you.
I thought maybe you guys mistook the hammer for the weapon or something.
It seems that was a waste of time.
Talk about this game in general.
Then what was the real weapon used to murder Nekomaru?
That's the problem. There wasn't anything else at the crime scene that looked like a potential weapon.
Then, how about we look at it from a different angle?
Like from above.
If it doesn't have oil on it, it's not the weapon. So whatever has oil on it must be the weapon, right?
I see.
The only thing with
I'm only gonna use the guide if I can't figure it out myself, so I'm playing on my own until then.
Then that pillar is the weapon. Coach Nekomaru got clobbered with that pillar.
Nobody could withstand a blow from that pillar. Even if you used 100% of your...
Hey, Poynton, thanks for coming.
It would be impossible to wield it as a weapon.
Why?
we tried to move it, right?
Yeah, that pillar was pretty freaking heavy. But there's one dude who could have lifted that pillar.
Nekomaru.
Huh? Who are you talking about?
Coach Nekomaru's robot body. With that dude's super strength, lifting a pillar would be real easy.
So, he lifted the pillar, and then what? Did he use it to beat himself?
You mean Nekomaru killed himself?
Okay, the fact that we're talking about that this early means I'm probably wrong.
Don't be stupid. He ain't the type to commit suicide.
Then even if Nekomaru could have lifted that pillar, that's nothing to do with the case at all.
Well, I guess you're right.
Maybe not.
What the heck?
But that's a problem. If it's not the pillar, then there's no other weapon we can think of.
There may be a way to use the pillar as a weapon without lifting it.
Hit the hammer. Use the hammer to hit the pillar.
Huh? For reals?
Yes, for reals.
I see. So my gut was right after all. All right, it's up to you, Sonia. Prove that pillar was the murder weapon.
Understood. Then I shall give it my all. Sonia, here I go! no need to lift that pillar.
If the pillar was not lifted, beating him with it is beyond a dream.
What about tipping the pillar over? They aimed right for his head and bullseye.
Even I could probably tip it over. Considering the pillar's weight, it probably exerted a ton of force.
Sonia, you go, girl. I'm getting.
Hey, Lane, thanks for tuning in.
excited.
There's no need to lift that pillar.
If the pillar was not lifted, beating him with it is beyond a dream.
What about tipping the pillar over? They aimed right for
Damn
his
it.
head and bullseye.
Even I could probably tip it over. Considering the pillar's weight.
No.
Damn it!
No.
There's no need to lift that pillar.
If the pillar was not lifted, beating him with it is beyond a dream.
What about tipping the pillar over?
No.
Damn it!
There's no need to lift that pillar.
If the pillar was not lifted,
Oh, pillar fragments.
beating him with it is beyond a dream.
What about tipping the pillar over?
Got it.
No, that's wrong.
There are fragments under him.
If Nekomaru was crushed by the pillar, then there should have been fragments on top of his body.
Huh? Fragments?
Hey, Layman.
The pillar fragments were scattered beneath Nekomaru's body, but there weren't any on top of his body. If the pillar had been tipped over and crushed it, the fragments should have been on top of his body instead.
I briefly considered that too, but it's probably not what happened.
I see. That was entirely my bad.
Most tight.
If they didn't tip it over, then how did the killer murder Nekomaru with that pillar?
How much longer are you gonna focus on the pillar? Just let it go already.
There's no way I can let it go. I'm positive that Nekomaru was killed by that pillar.
Why are you so certain about that?
It's a killer pillar.
I just have a feeling.
A feeling, huh? That's just your instincts.
Hey, her instincts have been correct before.
But we can't say for sure that that instinct is wrong, can we? There's another way to use that pillar to kill. You guys just haven't noticed it.
Is that true?
Then I shall ask you, what way is that?
You guys, same as usual.
Get them up.
You're unable to clear a path to the future with your own powers, so you just stand there and falter.
Just like me playing this game.
What a waste of talent. And you all intend to fight the Future Foundation? You make me laugh.
Wow, he's really disillusioned.
What did you say? Regardless, it's not like I want to die with the rest of you. So I guess I should lend a hand.
What the fuck is up his ass this trial?
Nagito, what the hell happened to you? How come you're not talking like a lunatic anymore?
I've learned a valuable lesson. Ignorance is by far the greatest shame.
Huh? What do you mean?
Who cares? Just tell us how the pillar was used to kill.
Well, first of all, the pillar itself is not enough. But when combined with a specific item, there's a way it could be possible.
Maybe the wire to pull it down?
Specific item?
Of course, the ultimate weapon.
Or something we haven't been told about yet.
Ultimate weapon?
Isn't that the thing you get when you clear the final dead room?
So, Nagito knows what the ultimate weapon is?
Of course I know. But I'm pretty sure everyone else has seen it, you know?
Okay.
We've seen it?
That's right. You've seen it clearly. Because I, the one who has claimed dominion over evil, am the ultimate weapon.
Okay, I know this is not like clear, but the second he started talking, I just like looked over at the chat as if I was doing the Jim Halpert look at the camera thing from The Office. I'm like, God damn it, Gundam.
I am he who cuts the insolent catalyst, which flows out from the chaos with the sword of victory.
The sword of victory! I'll get my sword for you, Gundam!
It's only fitting that I deserve to be called the ultimate weapon.
No, you are far greater than the ultimate weapon, since you wield your 4 dark davas of destruction.
Oh, that's adorable. Ah! Look at him fucking fun! I actually love this ship.
I don't know why, but I'm not liking this.
Cut the bullshit and say it clearly. What is the ultimate weapon?
Swatting that fucking mouth again, hold on. Apologies for the disruption.
In order to clarify that, we first need to solve the secret of the funhouse.
The secret is it's not that fun!
Huh? The secret of the funhouse?
What in there was actually fun?
You still don't realize it? Jeez, get it together. You're supposed to be the symbols of hope, aren't you?
And you're an asshole!
Ah, I forgot. Except for Hajime, of course.
Oh, are we getting into this now?
Except for Hajime?
If we make it out of this, I'll explain it to you guys.
Anyway, we must first clarify the secret of the funhouse, right? Then I think it must have something to do with the structure of the funhouse.
Yup.
Strawberry House leads to Strawberry Tower, and Grape House leads to Grape Tower.
Alright, so my guess regarding the structure is the middle room and the elevators rotate when you use them to switch houses, but the buildings themselves stay in place. The funhouse had a whole playground? Yeah, for children. I don't think these teenagers and adults, or they're all, these 17 to 18-year-olds, whatever, would fit on that shit.
They are both the
It's an amusement park for children.
houses are linked to the central tower. It is undeniable that such a sweet building structure is the secret of the funhouse.
What the fuck was that?
Man, not only does that make perfect sense, but Miss Sonia's beautiful voice is just so soothing.
I feel bad for you.
Faux show. I shall leave this matter to your discretion.
What's with all the fucking slang words she's busting out? Imagine them swinging and swinging to get their minds off starving. I don't know, that would jostle their stomachs around. You could argue that would make it worse. Oh? Okay, hold on.
In truth,
Yeah, it's this. Unless, which one was Fuyuko's account? Yep, no, it's the strange feeling.
are actually the exact same place.
No, they are, just rotated.
Secret of the funhouse.
Is that really it?
It's weird to say they're both the same place. I mean, the walls are different colors.
No, shit, no, that's true.
Damn it!
Yeah, I'm gonna game over soon.
In truth, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower are actually the exact same place.
So that's the secret of the funhouse.
Is that really it?
Yeah.
Weird to say they're both the same place. I mean, the walls are different colors. And the designs on the floor are also different.
We've already settled this problem. Give it 10 years before you argue with Miss Sonia.
Okay, I guess it's the first one.
In truth, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower are actually the exact same place.
No, that's wrong. those towers, are they really the same place?
I think they are. I think it just rotates.
Why are you asking that now? Do you harbor a grudge because my kingdom destroyed your homeland?
What the fuck?
Hajime, I won't tolerate any sort of rebellion.
I mean, doesn't it seem strange? When we went to Grape Tower from Grape Hall, Nekomaru's body was in front of the door to Strawberry Hall. But when we went to Strawberry Tower from Strawberry Hall, his body was in front of the door to Grape Hall.
Yeah, because it rotates. That's why there's a delay with the doors opening.
Some kind of trick, like the floor rotating 180 degrees or something.
Oh my god, am I wrong? If he's saying it, it has to be wrong.
See? That means it could have passed to the exact same place, right?
But then why was everything in exactly the same spot, just rotated?
Then what? Do you seriously think such a simple answer is the correct answer?
Well, I'm fucking sorry! I'm making guesses based on very little information, Nagito! This game deliberately feeds me a third of the truth so I make wrong guesses every fucking case! It is impossible to call this shit correctly!
Does that mean he's wrong?
Oops, I guess I've said too much.
Ah!
If the floor didn't rotate, then that means we need to think about the structure of the building.
Bow down.
Oh, it's time for a duel. It can't be that the buildings are rotating because everyone would feel the vibrations of them rotating. Oh god, no!
Well, we were moving from Grape Tower to Strawberry Tower, but we should have all been together during that time. Even if they tried to move the body inside the tower.
Then Monokuma did it. While we were moving, Monokuma quickly moved things around.
Monokuma doesn't do that shit. He does a lot of shit, but he doesn't do that shit.
Seeing the broken pillar was moved too?
If it is too heavy to carry, let them roll it. Just like if there is no bread, let them eat cake.
Jesus Christ. Sonia, baby, I love you, but you're stupid. It's either the chain or the doorknob.
There are many different ways. The body and the pillar could have been moved. The pillar could have been rolled. And Nekomaru could have been moved piece by piece. I decree it was Monokuma's doing. There are many different ways. The body and the pillar could have been moved.
I see, I have to be efficient with these.
And Nekomaru could have been moved piece by piece. I decree it was Monokuma's doing.
Okay.
There are many different ways.
Alright, I have to be efficient with these.
The body and the pillar could have been moved. The pillar could have been rolled. And Nekomaru could have been moved piece by piece. I decree it was Monokuma's doing.
Moving the body and the pillar in such a short time. That might be hard even for Monokuma, don't you think?
I mean, he does a chaos magic.
Monokuma is surprisingly strong, wielding the power of the futuristic Robo-Bear.
Nope.
Crap!
It seems you have forgotten. Monokuma is surprisingly strong, wielding the power of the futuristic Robo-Bear. The pillar that he could have moved it all, easy as pie.
I think I missed the correct one just now.
It seems you have forgotten. Monokuma is surprisingly strong, wielding the power of the pillar, the body, everything at the crime scene.
No?
Crap!
It seems you have forgotten. Monokuma is surprisingly strong, wielding the power of the pillar, the body, everything at the crime scene.
No?
Crap!
It seems you have forgotten.
Okay, hold on. The pillar of the body, everything at the crime scene.
power of the futuristic Robo-Bear.
Alright, screw it, I'm looking it up. Oh, floor. Okay.
It seems you have forgotten. Monokuma is surprisingly strong, wielding the power of the pillar, the body, everything at the...
Allow me to cut through those words.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
Moving the body and pillar is possible. But it would
Oh! No, yeah, no, it makes sense. You can't pick up oil on the floor. Then again, Monokuma does some fucking impossible shit with his goddamn kooky chaos magic. So, honestly, that wouldn't have been that surprising.
When the position of Nekomaru's body in the pillar changed, the oil surrounding his body moved too.
It did? That I did not notice.
Physically moving all of the oil like that is simply not possible, no matter how you look at it.
Unless he slooped it all up into a
It's
cup.
impossible to think it was moved.
I am terribly sorry. I cannot believe I got so fired up.
That's okay, sweetie.
It's all right. A fired up Miss Sonia is awesome to watch.
Yeah, I bet.
So what really happened? Does that mean the two towers aren't the same building?
Very good film, though.
We can't be certain of that either. Not when the experiment involving the handbook I left on the tower floor was a complete success.
Yeah, the e-handbook was still there. That's why we thought the two towers
Wait.
were the same building.
But yeah, so if the oil moved, sure, but couldn't the oil on the floor have moved because the middle room rotated? I still think I'm right.
If they're not the same building or two different buildings, then what are they?
No idea, huh?
Hey, Nagito.
All right, spill what you learned, fuckwad.
I thought it would come to this. I knew my turn was coming up. Fine. I'll tell you guys a big hint that can help you solve the secret of the funhouse.
Give us the answer, not a friggin' hint.
But then it wouldn't mean anything. I need you guys to do this class trial properly. It's also important for me because it will help me determine something.
Are you talking about which side you're rooting for? Or that?
But how do we know your hint is any good? It's suspicious that you're the only one who knows it.
Because he did the fucking final dead room.
Reason for that. The reason I'm the only one who knows it is because I was the only one who performed the appropriate action. I see.
Yep.
You're talking about the final dead room, right? You cleared the life-threatening game there and found something, didn't you? That's right. The hint is what I saw after I cleared it. In the depths of the final dead room, there was a hidden room surrounded by concrete. And there, a small conspicuous window waiting, all by itself.
Alright, let's see this. Fucking secret.
I saw some very strange scenery.
Strange scenery?
Instead of explaining it, it might be faster just to show you. At an opportune time, I found a perfect camera in the final dead room.
Okay.
A picture?
Yep. See? This is it.
Alright, here we go.
I'll explain it to you again. I took this picture on the first floor of Strawberry House, from the secret room within the final dead room.
Okay.
But don't you think it's weird? If the funhouse's structure is what you guys have been thinking, then there's lots of things that don't make sense in this picture, right?
There's nothing on the other side of the tower.
let's begin. Shall I call it thinking time?
I still don't fully conceptualize what's happening. Oh, there's no... That's one of the halls, so there should be another hall on the other side. I got it.
If the structure of the funhouse is what we thought it was.
So wait, the two houses are the same? What the fuck?
Grape House and Strawberry House should link to the tower in the middle.
Oh, are the two sets of towers, are the two halls the same but on top of each other? And the middle room just moves up and down like an elevator? And the, oh, maybe?
Which means, if you're viewing the tower from Strawberry House, you should see Grape House behind it.
Okay, yeah. So that picture is from the perspective of the northeast corner of this this map. So that tower in the picture is the tower in the middle, and there's no green, and there's no other. The grape building should be behind it, but it's not. Which means maybe the two towers are actually this. Not the two towers. The two halls are stacked on top of each other, the same building. That's what I'm going with.
But in this photo, I don't see anything behind the tower. No shadow, no shape, no Grape House at all.
I see. And is that it?
Oh, he said this was first floor, but this is clearly not first floor. Got it right away.
You said this photo was taken from the hidden room inside the final dead room, right? If that's the case, then that means it should have been taken from the first floor of Strawberry House.
Yeah, it should have been.
Then this is definitely strange.
I think I'm right then.
This photo doesn't look like it was taken from the first floor. The angle suggests it was taken from higher up.
That's right. Good call.
So the halls and the buildings are on top of underneath each other, and the elevator and and the tower room just moves up and down.
In summary, this is the truth contained in this photo. The first floor of Strawberry House is located in a high area, and Grape House is not behind the tower.
It's not? Are you saying that Grape House is merely an illusion spell cast by Monokuma's cursed eye?
From this point on, do your own thinking. Now that you've finally met the same requirements as me, if you guys are truly symbols of hope, you can easily solve a simple mystery like this. It might be possible for Hajime to solve it too, even though he's just a normal high school student. Despite the fact that you don't have a real talent, you already know about the other crew.
Oh, he dropped in from that that passageway on the floor in the hidden room.
You're referring to when you suddenly appeared on the second floor of Grape House, right?
I'm asking you just to be safe. At the time, where do you think I came from?
The top floor, right?
Such sharp eyes. So you realized it already.
Top floor. So the third floor?
But the Monokuma archive should be the only room on the third floor of Grape House.
What does it mean?
Logic dive. All right. Ah, that came out of nowhere. Yes, they both exist. Because obviously we slept in different spaces. Fuck off. Ah. Same building. Yep. Vertically. I was right! Bam, baby!
It's all coming together. Got it. I know the secret of the funhouse.
And let me hear it. What kind of answer will you give, I wonder?
In the picture Nagito took from Strawberry House, I didn't see Grape House at all.
Because it's below us!
So where did Grape House go? There was only one possibility. It was in a position where it couldn't be seen from Strawberry House. Which means Strawberry House and Grape House are in the same building, but on different floors.
Same building, different floors.
Look at his face!
Then the two houses aren't two different 3-story buildings. They're actually one 6-story building?
If you think about it like that, based on Nagito's picture, it's clear where Strawberry House is located.
Above.
I see! On top of Grape House. That's where Strawberry House is located. Because of that, the photo taken from the first floor of Strawberry House was at a high angle. Altogether, this means the first floor of Strawberry House is also the 4th floor above Grape House.
Oh, snap. I never expected that the two houses were connected vertically.
But what about the shape of the building? The two houses were completely different shapes.
Strawberry House is 4-sided, and Grape House is 6-sided, right?
They fit into each other.
It never occurred to us that they were the same building because it was structured with two different shapes. A quadrilateral and a hexagon, overlaid atop each other to misdirect how we would perceive them. And it worked, didn't it?
Yep.
Disregarding the tower, we fully believed the two houses were two separate, distinct buildings.
In order to conceal the unique design of the funhouse, Monokuma put us to sleep so we couldn't look at the outside of the building when he brought us to it.
You've just been Kuma'd!
Oh god.
Don't you think a building full of so many surprises totally deserves to be called a funhouse?
Then it's true? The building was really like that?
That's right! Those two houses exist on different floors in the same building!
Constructing a building like that on your own without my knowledge? How horrible!
Then what about the towers? Are they arranged vertically just like the houses?
Yeah, Strawberry Tower and Grape Tower should have also been different floors inside the same building.
Except that it's the same, it just moves up and down like the elevator.
Just like Strawberry House was on top of Grape House, Strawberry Tower was also on top of Grape Tower.
However, if they're different floors within the same building, why was Nekomaru's body in both places?
Aw, your precious hammies don't know? But it's so simple. Alrighty then. I'll be the one who solves this mystery in a flash. Please watch me, Miss Sonia.
Oh, I see. Do whatever you like.
Oh, definitely make her watch me. I'm gonna stand out till she notices me. I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash.
And hurry up, dumbass!
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy.
What?
You mean a fake body?
Nekomaru died with a mechanical body. It should be possible to construct a dummy from spare parts.
You're magnificent, Gundam!
No fair! You totally stole my spotlight!
So which one was the fake body?
No, this is bullshit.
Just pick one of them. I'm gonna solve this mystery in a flash.
And hurry up, dumbass!
One of the bodies in one of the towers was actually a dummy.
Got it.
That's wrong!
Nekomaru's body wasn't a dummy. That can be proven by Kazuichi's account.
Me?
Remember? When we moved from Grape Tower to Strawberry Tower, we thought the body had moved. And that's when you said... Right up until that moment, you were disassembling Nekomaru's body at Grape Tower, right? The killer couldn't have known how you'd take apart his body, so they couldn't have built a dummy.
Hold on, turn my fan down, it's causing some noise.
Unless Kazuichi was the one who built the dummy, then it would be a different story.
Miss Sonia, that's a pretty harsh joke. You are joking, right?
Jesus.
It's alright. Kazuichi is not the killer. If he was, he wouldn't have fixed the elevator or the button in Strawberry Hall. It'd be much more convenient for the killer if it stayed broken.
I see. That is disappointing.
I'm even more disappointed.
However, even if Nekomaru's body wasn't a dummy, it's meaningless if we don't have the important answer.
Does that mean Kazuichi is the Yasuhiro of this game? The dumb one everyone dunks on, but he ends up surviving?
The reason Nekomaru's body was in both towers, even though it was supposed to be on different floors.
It's because it moves like the elevator.
Simply moved?
The body moved to a different floor?
You can't think of a device like that? A device that moves things to different floors in the same building?
The fucking elevator! Oh my god, really? I really have to hangman gambit? E-L-E-V-A-T-O. It's fucking elevator. Yep, it's elevator. This is the dumbest hangman's gambit so far. Damn it. Easier than the first one.
You must be talking about an elevator.
I can't fucking believe I had to hangman's gambit the elevator.
What?
transported using an elevator?
The floor in the tower is an elevator!
Where the hell is this elevator anyway?
It's the tower itself. The inside of the tower is one big elevator. Which means the tower was designed so that the whole room goes up and down like an elevator. So whether you enter from Strawberry Hall or Grape Hall.
That's why there's a delay for the doors to open!
So that's why we could only enter it from one side or the other.
Now that you mention it, sometimes when I pressed the door button, it took a while for it to open.
I see. We were basically waiting for the room to arrive just like an elevator.
Please hold on. If the inside of the whole tower ascends and descends like an elevator, then why is there a picture of a strawberry on the far back door when you enter from Grape Tower? And a picture of a grape on the far back door when you enter from Strawberry Tower.
Projections.
If the room just moves up and down like an elevator, there's no reason for the doors to change.
Plus, after the incident, the far back door in Grape Tower had chains wrapped around it, right? But when we entered Strawberry Tower, those chains were gone.
Okay, now I'm a little confused.
Not just that, but if I remember correctly, even the doorknob was broken off.
Maybe the doors switch?
There are too many strange things. Was that tower really an elevator?
When you see people and things, make sure you focus on the good parts instead of the bad.
What the fuck?
What did you say?
So, let's put aside what's changed and focus our attention on what hasn't.
Why do we have to do that?
It's fine. Come on. What does everything that hasn't changed have in common?
They were all heavy. No?
Damn it!
Body, pillar, and oil. They were all on the floor.
I see! Is it safe to say that all the items on the floor didn't change?
So there's two sets of doors. And the doors don't move with the elevator.
And?
Why did the picture on the far back door change? If you can figure that out, you'll have the answer.
There's two sets of doors.
The reason is because that elevator has something unique about it.
I see!
Yep.
So that's it. The elevator was designed so only the floor moved.
Only the floor moved?
Two sets of doors.
Which means the whole room wasn't an elevator, only the floor was.
That's what I said before.
Different doors in each tower. Which means on the first floor of Grape Tower, the door on the far back wall had a strawberry design. And on the fourth floor, which was Strawberry Tower, a different door on the far back wall had a grape design.
Then, where do the different floors lead?
Nowhere.
I want to say they lead outside, but they're probably just for show.
Or maybe they do lead outside, who knows?
Show? Why was something like that necessary?
To trick us, you fucking moron!
So we falsely believed that the doors were connected to where their picture signified. It was actually very effective. Because of that, we totally misunderstood the building's structure.
I don't get it. But
I mean, hey, you'd fall 3 stories, but you'd be outside.
Totally twisted personality.
It was Monokuma! They just said that earlier! Monokuma gave him shit for designing the building without her permission.
Did you hear that?
Hold on a sec. I got the moth. I have defeated my mortal enemy, the moth. Give me just a second to clean that up. All right, that's gone. That's one annoyance out of the way. And you've redeemed hydrate. I will crack open my water bottle. Unfortunately, it's not my usual brand Dasani, so I have to go with the slightly inferior Aquafina, but water is water. Wait, I gotta get the thing ready. Num 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 water. Victory water!
Don't blame this on me. Take responsibility for yourself.
Then I'll take responsibility and gently caress you.
Ah! No, do not! No!
Like, there's no way that's gonna happen. Stop with the tasteless jokes.
Yeah, that.
By the way, what does the chain on the far back door in Grape Tower mean?
Maybe that door actually does lead outside.
It was probably wrapped there by the killer to keep us as far from Strawberry Tower as possible.
Why?
Because of that chain. You guys thought you couldn't enter there, right? The killer destroyed the Strawberry Hall button, so we'd stay away from Strawberry Tower. Everything was done to tamper with the evidence, so we wouldn't find out about the secret of the funhouse. The appearance of a body in the tower would contradict what we thought we knew about the building. In that situation, if we'd gone to Strawberry Tower, we'd have seen that contradiction firsthand. And using that as a clue, we might have discovered the truth. The truth that the two houses and the two towers are actually one complete vertical building. The killer wanted to keep us from learning that. That's why they made us stay away from Strawberry Tower.
But that would imply it had to be someone who knew about it. And I don't think any of them knew about it.
They destroyed the button and wrapped a chain around the door just for that?
Would it really have inconvenienced the killer if we learned the true structure of the building?
It would have been a major inconvenience. After all, this funhouse is strongly connected to the ultimate weapon that killed Nekomaru.
Hold on. You're progressing much too quickly. There's still a contradiction concerning the building structure.
What now?
What a pain. It's fine already.
Gundam, please proceed.
You said earlier that Strawberry House and Grape House are connected vertically, right? If so, how does the contact elevator supposedly transport us from one house to the other?
Moves up and down? Like a normal elevator?
If that elevator moves vertically, then when your back is facing the elevator, both towers should be on the same side. But does this reflect reality? Inside Grape House, Grape Hall is on your right when your back is to the elevator. And inside Strawberry House, Strawberry Hall is on your left when your back is to the elevator. Which means the houses are on exact opposite sides of the tower. Answer me, fiend! What does this mean?
Maybe the elevator rotates?
What does this mean?
What does this mean? What does this mean? What does this mean? Hold on, which one of those? Alright, I'll just listen to this.
The elevator should move.
Vertically, not horizontally.
However, at both houses, if the contact elevator is behind you, the towers are in opposite directions.
Which means your reasoning
It's clearly contradictory.
What's with this iron curtain of teamwork?
If the two houses are connected vertically.
The elevator should move.
Vertically, not horizontally.
However, at both houses, if the contact elevator is behind you, the towers are in opposite directions.
Which means your reasoning
It's clearly contradictory.
But Nagito came down.
Curtain of teamwork.
If the two houses are connected vertically.
The elevator should move.
Vertically, not horizontally.
However, at both houses, if the contact elevator is behind you, the towers are in opposite directions.
Damn it!
If the two houses are connected vertically.
Yeah, I'm right. The elevator rotated.
The elevator should move.
Vertically, not horizontally.
No, that's wrong.
Got it. I did not use the guide that time.
The elevator wasn't just moving vertically.
I was right. It rotated.
Isn't that right, Kazuichi?
Huh? Me?
Come on. You used the elevator while you were holding that compass Nagito gave you, right?
Ah, that. Yeah, it was pretty strange. From start to finish, somehow the compass needle rotated 180 degrees.
Rotated 180 degrees?
Meaning, as the elevator moved between the two houses, it also rotated 180 degrees.
Just like the screen. Whoa!
It was probably following the building's perimeter as it rotated to the other side.
So I was kind of right where I said it rotated around. Yeah. Okay.
Which means the exit would be on the opposite side once you arrived at the other house, right?
And thanks to that, the tower we saw on our right side when we arrived at Grape House appeared on our left side when we were at Strawberry House.
An elevator that rotates.
What does this mean?
Is that even possible? It's like something from an amusement park.
We are at an amusement park, Fuyuhiko! Jesus Christ.
Well, a funhouse is an amusement park attraction, you know. And since the building doesn't really need to be structurally practical, it makes for some splendid fun.
Fuck building codes and zoning codes and fucking foundation violations and all that crap. Let's make a magical funhouse of rotating elevators and optical illusions.
That's not splendid at all. You're inhuman.
You say I'm inhuman, but I'm just a bear. So I was never human to begin with.
I mean, you were Junko in the first game, but who the fuck knows?
I'm different from these lowly humans.
Mm-hmm.
So we're done with the secret of the funhouse, right? Then let's start talking about the important stuff. What's the ultimate weapon that killed Nekomaru? And how'd they combine it with the pillar?
Huh? You still don't know what the ultimate weapon is yet? It's what I found at the Octagon, you know.
What is the Octagon? I haven't heard about that yet.
Oh my. I can't believe I have to explain that now.
You were the only one who went there, jackass! Of course you have to explain it!
As long as you know what an Octagon means, you can solve this simple mystery easily.
An octagon is a shape with 8 sides, right?
I didn't expect you to know that. For a substitute reserve course student, you're quite knowledgeable.
That's elementary school mathematics, you dink! Jesus Christ!
I guess I should continue listening. Where is the place befitting of the name Octagon?
We already know it's between the two houses.
You're talking about the secret room surrounded by concrete in the depths of the final dead room.
Why is that place the octagon?
You know how the 4-sided strawberry house is on top of the 6-sided grape house? If you cut a 4-sided shape out of a 6-sided one, you get 8 edges. It becomes an 8-sided shape.
That's basically the gist of it.
Oh, so the octagon is the border around Strawberry House.
The true identity of the octagon is that secret room in the depths of the final dead room. In actuality, that place contained various weapons.
Then the ultimate weapon.
That's why he was able to look out the window. Because the octagon, the hidden room, is around the first floor of Strawberry House.
That's a little different. I learned the true identity of the ultimate weapon at the octagon.
Learned?
The true identity of the ultimate weapon is the funhouse.
What the fuck?
Which means the killer used the building structure as their weapon and killed Nekomaru.
Wait. Did he get in under the floor of the tower elevator and get crushed by it?
Like me, the killer probably realized the secret of the funhouse from the scenery, and then thought of a way to kill making use of the building structure.
The funhouse itself is the weapon, so they killed using the building structure?
So he got crushed under the elevator floor?
That's why the killer tried to keep us from learning the mystery of the building.
Or someone pushed him out of Strawberry while the floor was on Grape. That's also possible. So he just dropped 3 floors?
But more importantly, using the building itself as a weapon? Such a spectacular crime.
Ah.
It truly deserves to be called the ultimate weapon.
Oh, yeah, maybe he fell head first onto the pillar. And that's why there were pillar pieces under him. Or something like that. No, we reached the halfway point.
Hiya!
Monami is a serious stoufatly. Ah, gotcha.
Okay, everyone, all together now. Monami is a serious stoufatly.
Jesus Christ. It's okay.
I'm trying to force myself to be more energetic, or else my mental state won't be able to keep up.
Mood.
My heart's thumping like crazy. I might as well have a laid-back, so what attitude and go ahead with high energy. Yeehaw! But be careful know that your batteries don't run out for various reasons.
Life lesson.
And just like I say each time, don't forget to save frequently.
I save whenever you let me.
I never expected the funhouse itself to be the ultimate weapon.
Why is her hair a different color? Look at that. Something's wrong with her sprite.
Oh well, let's just press on ahead.
All right.
Is it really all right to accept
Lighting.
the situation so easily?
I guess.
I mean, that's not what's important. The thing that's really important is the killer who used the building structure. Like, who's Mekomaru's murderer?
But is it really okay to believe the building is the weapon? Nagito said it, you know.
There's no way I'd lie at such an important moment. I don't want to die either.
You have repeatedly said that you'd be okay with dying.
What happened to the bastard who kept saying how much they didn't mind dying?
Thank you.
He's right. There was a time when I thought I could become a stepping stone for your hopes,
But now, fuck ya!
I will sincerely retract that remark.
All right.
Retract?
I'm disappointed too, you know. If this was a murder for the sake of hope, I'd happily sacrifice myself.
Oh.
You say such falsehoods, per usual.
So he's acting like this because this murder was different?
There is no such thing as murder for the sake of hope. Murder is simply murder. Forcibly sacrificing others for one's own desires. Even one as diabolical as I would avoid such actions.
Well, I'm pretty sure you've made some threats yourself over the course of this game.
I see.
It's fine. Let's just leave him alone and find out who killed Coach Nekomaru as fast as we can.
Yeah, they were starving, so it was a murder in the name of hope. As in, I hope I get to eat after I kill him. Ha 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 ha.
Just so you know, it's not like I'm getting hungry or anything, you know.
Akane, you were drooling waterfalls? Anyway, if the killer used the building structure, why don't we think about how they used it?
How they killed Nekomaru.
Yeah, it had to be. They dropped him 3 floors off.
It might be better if we clarify the cause of death first, don't you think?
Yeah, so he was tied up with that cord, so they tied him up and pushed him off the edge. Maybe?
I see.
Yep, that's it.
That's it? I think he might have died from falling.
Died from falling?
If the funhouse's secret is that it's a structure where both towers and houses are vertically connected, then the killer made use of its height and caused Nekomaru to die from falling.
Are you saying they pushed him off? Where'd they push him off from?
That I don't know yet.
Don't just make things up when you don't know the method. Where in that building would you even be able to push someone off in the first place?
It might be possible in the tower. You could push him off the 4th floor when the elevator is on the 1st floor.
Did you forget how the elevator functions? When it's on the 1st floor, the door on the 4th floor won't open.
Unless there's another door in the octagon.
Saying he died from falling is truly incorrect. You should burn in the flames of hell.
So the ultimate weapon is a door in the octagon that lets them access the whole elevator shaft even when it's on the lower floor. And they pushed him off from there.
But my gut is going crazy right now. When the elevator is on the 1st floor, you can't go through the door on the 4th floor.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Then, how about this? After locking Mekomaru inside the elevator,
They moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the drop.
Hold on! Did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As long as there's a moving object inside, the other door won't open.
Moving object. Good night button.
Which means the elevator wouldn't have moved either.
That must be the threshold of that elevator.
He wasn't moving because of the good night button.
When the elevator is on the 1st floor, you can't go through the door on the 4th floor.
It'd be impossible to shove off the victim from up there.
Then, how about this? After locking Nekomaru inside the elevator, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor and made use of the drop.
Hold on! Did you forget the elevator has a sensor? As long as there's a moving object inside.
Got it.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, baby.
That sensor should only work if something is moving. If Nekomaru wasn't moving inside, the elevator sensor wouldn't have detected anything.
Could it be his sleep mode?
When Nekomaru's goodnight button is pressed, all of his functions shut down, and he enters sleep mode. If he's in sleep mode, the elevator sensor wouldn't have noticed him, right?
I see. So that's how...
However, even if they moved the elevator in that manner, Nekomaru would have just moved along with it. There would have been no drop for him to fall and die from. Yes?
That's what I was about to explain before Kazuichi interrupted me. Silence, pest!
Now you're calling me a pest?
To tie him to the door with the wire? Maybe?
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
No.
Crap!
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is... The hammer is suspicious.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
No.
Crap!
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all to think about the arrangement, right?
That arrangement is... The hammer is suspicious.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
How about we all shut up and listen to what Chiaki has to say?
Silence, pest!
Don't be so cold. What if I start to enjoy it?
Oh. The doorknob. Inside the elevator.
If you arrange it a certain way, you can cause the drop within the elevator.
So you're telling us all...
Maybe it's that it's not that he needed to be tied up. I think it's just they tied him to the door.
That arrangement is... The hammer is suspicious.
Isn't it about time we went over the pillar again?
What about the oil on the floor?
The doorknob on the floor seems suspicious.
Got it.
I agree with that.
I was right. You see me snipe that fucking white noise just in time? Just like I did in the second trial.
Doorknob have scrape marks on it? That might have been where it got scraped by the wire.
Is that the same wire that was tied around Nekomaru?
So he was tied to the door.
The tip of that wire was tied into a loop. If the elevator moved while that loop part hung from the doorknob...
If they did something like that, he would have been suspended in midair.
That's right. He was suspended in mid-air. Huh? The killer tied up Nekomaru with the wire while he was in sleep mode. Tied the tip of the wire into a knot and hung it on the doorknob to the 4th floor. With that, they moved the elevator from the 4th floor to the 1st floor of Grape Tower.
Jesus.
They suspended Nekomaru in mid-air.
I'm guessing he couldn't have done this himself. But I don't know, nothing's impossible in this game.
That's right! He was so well hung! Kinda like...
You better not finish that sentence!
Wow.
The killer took advantage of the elevator's unique feature. Only the floor moves. By doing that, they created a drop so Nekomaru could fall to his death.
And he fell onto the pillar.
Too easy.
Okay, what do you want now, SuperIchi? Christ. Man, I liked you at the beginning of the game, and now you're just an asshole.
There's no way you can make him fall and die with just that. If Nekomaru is suspended in midair like that, then how do you get him to fall? Because if he's suspended in midair, he won't die if he doesn't actually fall.
Monokuma just confirmed it, you fuckwad! The doorknob broke!
How would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push it. There's no way they could do that. Even if they suspended Nekomaru, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him. There's no way they could do that.
It doesn't mean someone had to push him off. It's possible that he fell on his own.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own? Crap! What? Nekomaru fell? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode, right? If he was sleeping, there's no way he could do that to himself. Now's the time, but in that case, you still won't be able to explain moving the elevator with Nekomaru inside. It's just impossible. End of story.
Damn it.
Damn it! Even if they suspended Nekomaru from a wire, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him off. There's no way they could do that.
It doesn't mean someone had to push him off. It's possible that he fell on his own.
What? Nekomaru fell on his own? Nekomaru should have still been in sleep. If he was sleeping, there's no way he could do that to himself. Now's the time, but in that case, you still won't be able to explain that moving the elevator with Nekomaru inside is just impossible. End of story. Damn it!
Alright, I'm looking this one up.
Even if they suspended Nekomaru from a wire, how would they make him fall? There's no one in the tower to push him. There's no way they could do that.
I can't back down!
Spam the button!
It doesn't mean someone had to push him off. It's possible that he fell on his own.
What?
Yeah.
Nekomaru should have still been in sleep mode.
I wouldn't have figured that out. I assumed it was just eventually the doorknob broke.
Nekomaru woke up while he was suspended upside down in midair.
Oh! So he awoke while hanging and then panicked and fell.
What are you saying? Like, how would he even wake up?
He has an alarm inside his body. As long as it was on, it would have deactivated his sleep mode. Which means the killer set the alarm before they suspended Nekomaru.
You woke up from an alarm and realized you were hanging upside down and had no clue why. If something like that happened to you, you would start panicking a lot, right? Instinctively, your body would start moving. Nekomaru probably did exactly that.
And then, in order to make it fall from the force he was generating, the wire was hung on the tip of the doorknob so it would easily slip off. In actuality, the scrape marks caused by the wire were near the tip of the doorknob, right?
But Nekomaru didn't fall because the wire came off, right?
He fell because the entire doorknob came off.
So I was kind of right.
When Nekomaru awoke, he must have struggled much more than expected, which caused the doorknob to break off.
Was that unexpected for the killer too?
Well, that's probably it. If they knew it'd leave behind evidence like that, they would have at least tried to do something to cover it up.
Oh, yeah, because he couldn't.
I see. So that's how Nekomaru fell to his death.
You finally understand now?
Yeah. It appears it's just as Miss Sonia said. I'm just a pest. No, I'm not just a pest. I'm a total fucking pig.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Isn't that right, Miss Sonia? If I'm a fucking pig, you can say so.
Oh, okay. There it is. You were saying it earlier. Soda is a bottom. God damn it.
No, I believe you gave your all.
Hey, why aren't you teasing me anymore?
Oh my god.
This guy, he gets off on this.
Yep.
So thanks to that alarm,
And we're just gonna move on.
ended up falling while he was still hanging upside down. That doesn't mean he just crashed straight into the floor. Of course, you know that too, right?
He hit the pillar. Cola came out of his eyes. He cried a delicious death.
I see. When Nekomaru fell to the floor, he ended up colliding with the pillar. Isn't that it?
Finally, the pillar!
So that's how the pillar shattered, and why oil was spilled all over the place.
And why the fragments were under him.
I told you the pillar was the weapon. My gut was totally right.
Well, the pillar was a bonus. It's not even clear if the killer intended that, or if it was just a coincidence.
At this point, it is quite difficult to find a clue that will lead to the killer.
Then what about the alarm? I'm positive the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m. And if we map it out from there...
Hold on, baby gangsta.
Stop calling me baby gangsta!
I love that soundbite.
What'd you just say? Did you say the alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.?
But it was 5:30 for us because the clocks were wrong.
You didn't check it yourself? Nekomaru's alarm was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nah, that's impossible. Cause even though I slept in a little, I still got to the tower at 7 in the morning.
Now that you mention it, so did I. There was no way I could be late for Monokuma Tai Chi, so I left for Grape Tower before 7 a.m.
And if we found Nekomaru's body there, it would have been before the 7:30 a.m. alarm went off.
It appears yet another contradiction has been birthed. How were you able to discover Nekomaru died at 7:30 a.m. when you went to the tower at 7?
That's what I want to know.
The clocks are wrong.
We headed for Grape Tower. Before 7 a.m., I am certain.
But the alarm inside Nekomaru's chest was set for 7:30 a.m.
Nekomaru died because of that alarm, right?
His time of death and the time the body was discovered. One of those must be an illusion.
The killer probably did some tampering. They probably messed with the clock inside Nekomaru's chest.
Nope.
No, that's wrong.
Got it. First time.
No, the clock inside his chest was a radio clock, so it would have been impossible to mess with.
So you're saying there's no way the killer could have tampered with a clock?
Maybe the clock Miss Sonia saw was the one that got tampered with.
The clock inside Grape House?
No, I checked all the clocks inside the funhouse.
Oh, That's what I asked you to do. So you really listened to me and checked all the clocks.
And because of that, I can confidently declare that all the clocks had the same time displayed.
If there's no possibility that the time was tampered with, then we must doubt that human's testimony.
Please believe me, we are not lying.
Then maybe it's a misunderstanding?
I never misunderstand. I'll crush you into dog food.
Logic dive. Now's where I figured that the clocks were wrong. The time in the building. Yep, I was right. I pay attention sometimes. Oh my god. Which clock was tampered with? The building clocks. Oh yeah, blue path of truth. Woo! Which house had the wrong time? Both houses. Yep. I was so correct! Can you believe how correct I was?
It's all coming together.
Only Nekomaru had the correct time. The rest of them were all wrong.
You said you checked all the clocks inside the building. Isn't that right for you, Hiko?
And if any of them were different, he would have noticed.
Yeah, none of the clocks had the wrong time.
No, they all had the wrong time.
What if all those clocks had been messed with?
What? All the clocks?
So even if you checked all the clocks inside the building, there's no way you'd have noticed it.
I see. So the killer messed with the time inside the whole building by changing all the clocks.
So that's what it was. There's no way I would have noticed that.
This is truly fantastic!
Oh, he's excited again.
Now's not the time to be pleased. More importantly, how much was the time off?
2 hours. Gundam was blushing. Yeah.
If the time in the building was all messed up, then we can only rely on Nekomaru's radio clock.
The time of death was clearly 7:30 a.m.
The problem is, what time would 7:30 be? In our time.
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow that down? If only I heard this.
Yes, that's it.
It would have been
Shit.
a great clue.
Or his scream.
He's not the type to let out a scream.
If only Nekomaru's alarm was loud enough, we would have heard it too.
There's no point in saying that. If does not exist in this world.
If the time in the building was all messed up, then we can only rely on Nekomaru's radio clock.
The time of death was clearly 7:30 a.m.
Alright, I can get it. Yeah, it's the sound, which I kinda heard.
Everything was all messed up. Then we can only rely on Nekomaru's radio clock.
The time of death was clearly 7:30 a.m.
The problem is, what time would 7:30 be in our time?
Are there any clues that can be used to narrow that down? If only I heard the sound when he fell.
There it is.
I agree with that.
Yep, I figured that one out.
That's right. We should have heard the sound he made when he fell. Wasn't it that rumbling noise?
Rumbling?
I thought it was just an earthquake, so I went back to sleep. Was that the sound from when Nekomaru fell?
Well, a huge body fell from the 4th floor to the 1st, and the pillar fell with it. It's obvious we'd hear the impact sound.
We heard that noise too.
It was when we were gathered at the Strawberry House Lounge.
Akane is secretly from California.
What is it, Sonia?
Oh, well.
He called her by name!
Sound everyone heard? I did not hear it at all.
That's because you were in the soundproof room!
Huh?
You probably didn't hear it because you were sleeping.
I could not sleep at all. I was awake the whole night with hunger pangs.
You were in the soundproof room!
There's nothing to worry about. What's important is that rumbling noise anyway. If we use that rumbling sound as a reference, we might be able to figure out how much our time was off.
I heard that sound probably around 5:30 in the morning.
Huh? You can tell?
I instantly woke up and left my room. And that's when I saw the clock in the lounge.
Excellent work, Akane.
I was right, 2 hours.
I see! Nekomaru's alarm went off at 7:30, and if we heard the sound of his impact at 5:30, that means our time was off by 2 hours.
2 hours? That much?
We were starving pretty badly. There's no way we would have noticed.
Plus, the funhouse has no windows. And there weren't any Monokuma announcements either.
However, for what reason did the killer alter our perception of time?
The reason is obvious. So they can lure out just Nekomaru. If you messed with the clocks and used a specific thing, you definitely get Nekomaru to the tower alone, right? From there, the killer's plan was a splendid success. That's all it means.
I see! That's it. The killer made use of the Monokuma Tai Chi activity in the morning.
Yep.
How did they use it?
We were required to go to Great Tower every morning at 7 a.m. for that activity, right? But if they messed with all the clocks inside the building, what would that do to us?
We wouldn't be there and he would.
Wouldn't be able to attend on time, but that wouldn't affect Nekomaru. His radio clock had the exact time.
That's right. In doing so, the killer was able to lure him to the tower by himself at the precise time.
Then, when I witnessed Nekomaru early in the morning...
If I recall, you witnessed Nekomaru around 5 a.m.
It was actually 7 a.m.
And if that time was also 2 hours off, it should have been 7 a.m. Yeah, that's pretty much it. At that time, he was heading over to Monokuma Tai Chi, right on schedule.
I see. Now that I think about it, I realize what Monokuma meant when he said those words.
Too early. He didn't even ask you yet.
When you said everyone, you were including us, right? We thought we came to the tower on time, but in truth, it was way past the meeting time.
Ah, jeez. That's, well, how should I put it?
I think that symbol on Hajime's tie is the future foundation sign from the rotated, if I'm reading that correct.
What was it? You know, tripping over a foot or something like that.
Are you talking about tripping over someone else's fault?
Wrong! Too bad.
Liar! I'm right!
That's not it. It's incorrect.
That's definitely the correct answer. You
let's just ignore the peanut gallery. Now that we've found out how the killer lured Nekomaru, the number of suspects has drastically decreased.
Hey, why would that decrease the number of suspects? Don't be a friggin' liar!
You'll know I'm not lying when you listen to what Fuyuhiko's going to say next.
Huh? What the hell do you mean?
You witnessed Nekomaru going toward the tower. Did something else happen after that?
Are you talking about that alarm?
Alarm?
A little while after I witnessed Nekomaru, the clock in the Strawberry House lounge started going off. Plus, it was just before that rumbling sound occurred. That's it. So that's what it is. If Nekomaru died when the rumble happened, then whoever doesn't have an alibi at the time is the prime suspect.
Really? Was there anyone who didn't have an alibi at that time?
I remember. The sound was so loud I couldn't help bolting from my room. But there was one guy who never left the lounge. We were both on the same floor. It's pretty weird that bastard never came out of his guest room.
Which means that person does not have an alibi for when Nekomaru fell?
Who is it? Who's the bastard?
I genuinely have no idea. He rolled back over and went to sleep. No. I don't. I mean, there's not many left to be guessed, so I'm just gonna. No. Oh yeah, no, it's not you. No. I'll get it eventually. Oh. No. It was me! Whoops. Is it just Nekomaru? Was I right that it was a suicide? Yeah.
We will never give up.
I think I've tried everybody. Except.
You're the only one.
Oh.
Who wasn't there? It's you, right, Nagito?
That's right. Nagito wasn't there.
Really? I feel like he's too important of a character to have been the murderer in this case.
It was just me, Gundam, and Fuyuhiko.
You didn't come out, even though the alarm was going off like crazy. You weren't in your room, were you?
If that's the case, where were you?
Please, say something.
No, I don't buy it.
If you don't hurry up and answer, I'm gonna suicide dive you!
Suicide!
If I may be frank, even if I wanted to go to the lounge, I couldn't.
You couldn't? What do you mean?
Really the foolish talk of the week.
Not only did I not hear the alarm, I never even heard that rumbling sound.
Soundproof room.
You're definitely fucking lying.
However, that is also true for me. It is obvious that I did not hear the alarm in Strawberry House. But I did not hear the rumbling sound either. Is that not strange? I mean, everyone else heard it.
To be honest, it's not just them. The same goes for me too.
Soundproof rooms!
I was in a pretty deep sleep, so I thought that's why I couldn't hear it. It wasn't that. I probably couldn't hear it at all.
Couldn't hear it? What does that mean?
You still don't know. Think about what the three of us who didn't hear a sound have in common, and I'm sure you'll figure it out.
Oh, another Hangman's Gambit. Ugh. Okay, I know it's the room, but like... Deluxe rooms! Deluxe rooms! Damn it. There it is. Yeah, sorry about when I was picking someone. I still don't think it's Nagito.
Three of you were staying in deluxe rooms, right? If I recall, the deluxe rooms are...
The reason we could not hear the rumbling noise...
That's right. It was because the deluxe rooms have superior sound insulation. You actually noticed that. Nice catch, Hajime. Are you using your ultimate reserve corps student talent?
The ultimate stand-in!
Now then, you guys must understand by now, right? The true identity of Nekomaru's killer.
Hold on a sec. Why does that lead to who the killer is?
Why? Well, that fact just now is a very important clue, and a decisive factor in identifying the killer.
Decisive factor?
I'm gonna go with my gut. No? Chiaki said... No, Chiaki was in the room. Is it Chiaki? She said she didn't have an alibi earlier. No. Someone else had a deluxe. I don't remember the rooms. Deluxe room. I know I'm blowing this real bad, I'm sorry. So who didn't have one?
You're the only one.
Oh my god.
Gundam, there's something I want to ask you. When the alarm rang at the Strawberry House Lounge, you rushed over there too, right?
What's wrong with that? If the bell of catastrophe rings throughout the night, it is the universe's providence to stop it.
Why were you able to hear it?
Oh, because he was in one.
Hear what?
I mean, you were also staying in a deluxe room, right? Nagito was staying in a deluxe room in the same house on the same floor, and he couldn't even hear it. So why were you able to hear that alarm?
Oh, this is Gundam's final chapter, isn't it? Is this where we say bye to my boy? Is this the end of the Gundam Sonya ship? Oh. Oh no!
There's only one possibility. You weren't in your room at the time. That's why, even though you were staying in a deluxe room, you still went to the lounge. Am I right?
Gundam, you have some sort of explanation, right?
Gundam probably couldn't return to his room because of Fuyuhiko. Me?
Because you were watching.
After you saw Nekomaru heading to the tower, you stayed at the lounge for a while. Am I correct? Until the moment that alarm started ringing, right? If you were in the lounge for that long, the killer who had left earlier obviously wouldn't be able to go back.
Even though Mekamaru's murder was a death trap that utilized the alarm in his chest, the killer still needed to prepare the murder in advance.
Like putting Nekomaru in sleep mode and tying him up with the wire.
In order to do that, the killer needed to be waiting for Nekomaru at the tower. Which means when Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru, the killer was already at the tower.
And once they tried to go back, they couldn't because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge.
In their original plan, the killer should have returned to their room before the alarm in the lounge went off. And they were supposed to stay in their room. They weren't planning to come out and go to the lounge.
Which means they wouldn't have heard the alarm or the rumbling sound, thus proving they were in the room.
So if Fuyuhiko hadn't been hanging out in the lounge, he would have gotten away with it, maybe.
Just like us.
The best case scenario would have been if those two in the lounge had gone and checked the deluxe rooms. After all, if they personally saw the killer sleeping in their room, it gives the killer a stronger alibi. Unfortunately, they failed to secure that alibi.
Because I was in the lounge.
So the killer couldn't go back to their room, and ended up hearing the lounge's alarm.
But why'd you come out? You should have hid till the excitement died down.
If Gundam tried to hide, and if those two went to his room to check on him, he would have been found out. That would have been the worst possible outcome. That's why he couldn't just stay hidden.
If those two had just checked the deluxe rooms as planned, that would have been ideal, but how ironic. The moment Fuyuhiko set foot in the lounge, your plan was doomed.
Gundam? Please, can you at least say something?
Answer me this, including myself in my 4 dark devas of destruction. How many ears do we possess?
10?
The answer is 10. That's right, I possess 10 ears. That means I have 5 times the hearing of a normal human. The soundproof system here may as well not exist.
Is that your argument?
You bastard. Do you understand the situation you're in right now?
I mean, we at least have another hour of the trial left, so maybe it's not this simple.
Do not panic.
Oh no!
Shall now commence.
No, that face! Oh, it is him! Oh!
At the time, I left my room to go to the bathroom. By coincidence, I heard the alarm. That's right. That's all it was. The world is always so simple.
He's,
Are you saying it was just a coincidence? Isn't that timing a little too perfect?
And yet, I'm being suspected by all of you. It seems it was actually horrible timing on my part.
I see. You're still holding out.
yeah.
Well, you don't have to admit it. We're going to decide who the killer is with the majority vote anyway. So, why don't we just go ahead and start voting? It's obvious that Gundam is the killer.
Which means it's not?
Hold on a sec.
You know, Hajime, this class trial, this killing, it's merely the opening act, you know.
Hey! What do you mean a class trial is just the opening act?
Perhaps I should say it's just a farce.
Was it a suicide?
Just a boring farce. So boring, so stressful. I'm so painfully bored that I might develop stomach ulcers.
I mean, I was thinking earlier, how the fuck did Gundam get a hold of Nekomaru's goodnight button?
Seriously, let's just hurry up and finish this before I collapse from poor health.
Let's finish this before I starve to death!
Nagito, something definitely happened to you, didn't it? At some point during the investigation, your behavior became even weirder. What actually happened? Did you discover something?
Well, let's just leave that fun for later. And finish this opening act already.
You said opening act again!
Please hold on! We have yet to hear Gundam's rebuttal!
But he's completely shut up. Perhaps he can't argue anymore.
Is it something he's embarrassed to admit?
Gundam!
I was simply at a loss for words after being dumbfounded by your pathetic assumption. In fact, I shall deny the very basis.
Oh boy.
Your assumption has been wrong since the beginning.
Since the beginning?
Based on your assumption, I hung Nekomaru from the 4th floor of the tower and made the floor descend to the 1st floor. From there, after returning to Strawberry House, I was present when the alarm at the lounge went off, correct? Although going to and fro is busy enough as it is, how would I be able to travel between both houses anyway?
I see. The contact elevator was broken.
Did he also play the game?
As I recall, the killer tampered with the Grape House control panel, which shut down the elevator. Plus, the stopped elevator should have been facing the Grape House side. If so, the human who used the elevator would have left it at Grape House. For these reasons, it's an indisputable fact that the killer destroyed the elevator at Grape House.
And what's wrong with that?
If the elevator was broken at Grape House, he wouldn't be able to return to Strawberry House.
However, I was already at Strawberry House. I was present when the alarm in the lounge started ringing. Which means your assumption is clearly wrong.
Are you serious? And here I thought it's already been decided.
Have you learned your lesson, pitiful humans? You cannot overcome this contradiction.
Oh, here we go.
The only means of travel between the two houses.
No.
As long as that elevator was broken, your assumption collapses.
Plus, the elevator was broken at Grape House.
If the killer cannot return to Strawberry House,
Since I was at Strawberry House at that time, there's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had an accomplice.
Or if there was a secret passageway.
How much longer do you plan to lecture me? Why don't we stop this already? That elevator was the only means of travel between the two houses.
But the passage that Nagito used.
The elevator was broken. Your assumption collapses.
Plus, the elevator was broken at Grape House.
if the killer cannot return to Strawberry House,
Since I was at Strawberry House at that time, there's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had an accomplice.
Or if there was a secret passageway.
How much longer do you plan
Okay,
to
there's
lecture me?
a lot. I'm gonna look it up. Oh, okay. All right, I know what to do.
That elevator was the only means of travel between the two houses. As long as that elevator was broken, your assumption collapses.
Plus, the elevator was broken at Grape House.
if the killer cannot return to Strawberry House,
Since I was at Strawberry House at that time, there's no question that the following crime is impossible.
It would have been different if they had an accomplice.
Or if there was a secret passageway.
How much longer do you plan to lecture me? Why don't we stop this already? That elevator was the only means of travel between the two houses.
Yeah,
No, that's wrong.
I forgot about that mechanic.
No, there should have been another way to move between the two houses without the elevator.
The secret passage in the octagon.
Such a method does not exist.
Then why don't we ask the person who actually used that method?
Nagito.
You're the only one! Nagito, you should know.
So Gundam also played and won the game.
What are you talking about? Don't play dumb. You appeared so suddenly that one time because you used that method, right? There's a secret passage connecting the first floor of Strawberry House to the third floor of Grape House. Isn't that right?
Jeez. Once again, I let the reserve force show up. But you're right. There's a door on the floor of the octagon, which is on the first floor of Strawberry House.
Yep.
After I opened the door and went down, surprise, surprise! I ended up in the Monokuma archive, which is on the third floor of Grape House.
Meaning, the third floor and the fourth floor are actually connected.
Plus, once you've cleared the final dead room once, you can pass through it as many times as you want.
If they used that secret passage, they could have gone between the two houses as much as they wanted.
Infinity Unlimited Flame!
Oh, okay.
However, what if the killer was unaware of the existence of the final dead room?
There's no way they didn't know.
That is merely an illusion you have fabricated from your own suspicion. If you value your life, you should stop with your scrutiny.
There's no way I can stop.
You say? Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Oh, okay. Alright, let's go.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes. Provided you use a spacious...
Holy hell.
However, how frail I say. Your decayed illusion. Shall I...
How do I hit those?
Neophile deities? Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes.
How do I hit those?
Use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say. Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
How do I hit those on... What the fuck?
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes.
How do I hit horizontally on a lower or higher area?
However, how frail I say. Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
Oh, I have to use diagonals. That's why I have 35 of them.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes. Provided you use a...
Oh, I use rotating slashes.
However, how frail I say. Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
Yeah. I have to do it diagonally and rotate in a rotating pattern.
Turbid box doesn't exist. You could travel through multiple planes. Provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say. Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
Oh. Holy hell.
Even if the turbid box doesn't exist, you could travel through multiple planes. Provided you use a spacious wormhole. However, how frail I say. Your decayed illusion. Shall I feed you to the progeny of vile deities?
Oh, I almost made it. Oh, I can do it. Alright.
I already proved the secret passage exists. The secret passage was at the Octagon.
Know the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the Octagon. Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom of blood, at least pray to the key which dwells in the light.
Jesus fucking Christ. Evidence that the killer went to the Octagon.
Know the limits of your own reasoning. You say the killer went to the Octagon. Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom of blind confusion.
No.
Crap! Know the limits.
Evidence that he went to the Octagon.
You say the killer went to the Octagon. Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom of blind confusion. Crap!
Evidence that he... Hold on. Evidence that he went to the Octagon. Oh, the wire. Where would he have gotten that? Except from...
You say the killer went to the Octagon. Don't bark, you cur! If you don't want to drown in the maelstrom of...
Allow me to
Cool.
go through those words.
Where else would the wire have come from?
The wire used to string up Nekomaru's body. The hammer that looked like the weapon. And the chain on the door in the tower. Those are all the items that weren't in Funhouse. Where did the killer obtain them?
The only place I can think of is the Octagon.
Yeah.
There were various weapons and tools there. I'm pretty sure I saw stuff like wires, hammers, and chains too.
Since those items were used in the crime, there's no doubt that killer went to the octagon.
If that's the case, they obviously know about the secret passage too, right?
Oh god.
It seems this is the end. Normally we'd end up listening to Hajime lecture us with a very long summary of the case. But there's no reason to waste any more time on this opening act. So I'm going to end this right now.
Oh? We're not doing the summary?
Hey, what are you... First of all,
That's my thing!
by messing with all the clocks in the building, Gundam tried to lure...
He's even playing the music!
The elevator was probably broken by that point.
I'm not even clicking the button anymore!
Maru wasn't able to go to Grape Tower, which was supposed to be the meetup point. So he tried going over to Strawberry Tower, just like we did when we found out the elevator was broken. Well, it's obvious he'd attempted it. At that time, we didn't know the two towers were the exact same place. Also, the button in Strawberry Hall wasn't broken, so he was easily able to enter Strawberry Tower. But surprise! Gundam was waiting for Nekomaru's arrival.
Hold on. If Nekomaru didn't go to Strawberry Tower, what would the killer have done then?
Their plan was a balancing act of uncertainties. But even if they failed, they probably wouldn't have minded. They can just greet everyone the next morning as if nothing happened, and come up with a different plan.
And without such a risky plan, they wouldn't have been able to lure him at all.
I'm going to continue summarizing the case, okay? Through this, Gundam successfully lured Nekomaru to Strawberry Tower. There's no way he could fight head-on with the robotic Nekomaru.
Oh, he had the hamsters!
Good night, but he rendered Nekomaru powerless without fighting.
He had the hamster push the button!
Hold on! You... What did you just say? That I didn't battle?
That's the most insulting thing of all!
What's wrong with that?
Don't mess with me!
Yes, I fought him!
Don't mess with me! I cannot ignore those words!
Oh my god.
Why are you angry all of a sudden?
You fools do not understand! You don't understand at all! Ha! You make me laugh! After all this time, you still don't understand anything at all!
I don't understand anything. What does that mean?
It appears I cannot finish just yet.
What?
Maybe I'm just a human destined for hell. However, I cannot finish just yet. I cannot finish!
Gross.
What do you intend to do?
It's obvious. I'm going to destroy your illusory assumptions.
Are you saying you still have more? You still have room to argue?
Your words. You said I pressed Nekomaru's goodnight button. However, that button was on the back of Nekomaru's neck. To press it, I'd have to get behind him.
Nope, hamsters.
It's not easy to get the drop on Coach Nekomaru.
It's even more difficult if it's a one-on-one situation.
Just as I thought, truly frail, succumbing so easily to this simple argument, it was just a mere illusion. If you want to set me up as the killer, at least surpass your own human limitations.
That's wrong, Gundam. You're the one who's wrong.
Such a wonderful line. However, I cannot say that I'm satisfied. Listen well. I shall teach you 2 tips for making someone admit their defeat. First, you must crush them with your own overwhelming power. And as for the other, you must provide a reason that will persuade that human. You have not fulfilled either of those yet.
Time for the fucking rhythm game.
I won't let you. For the Tanaka Empire. Wither.
What's the fucking control? Reload his tab key. Okay.
Crushed as David prophesied. I won't let you. For the Tanaka Empire. Wither. Crushed as David prophesied. Show me the cadaver. I I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crush as David prophesies! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither!
I hate this.
David prophesies! For the Tanaka Empire!
Damn it.
I won't let you!
How do I fever time? Space.
For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crush as David prophesies! I won't let you! For the Tanaka Empire! Wither! Crush as David prophesies! Show me the cadaver! It's Nekomaru's back!
The four Dark Devas!
This is the end.
There it is!
Even if you didn't get behind Nekomaru, you should have been able to press the button on the back of his neck. As long as you had the power of the hamsters you keep with you.
Oh? Are you seriously saying he used his hamsters to press the button on the back of Nekomaru's
Hamsters were an accessory to murder! This game is awful!
Of course that'd be impossible for a normal hamster, but it would have been possible for Gundam. In fact, we saw that with our very own eyes, right?
Now that you mention it, after Ibuki was killed in the music venue, one of Gundam's hamsters retrieved a piece of wallpaper from the baton lighting, right? Hey, with your friends and their exceptionally smart brains, it must have been possible to secretly get one of them behind Mechamaru and press the button on the back of his neck.
How about it, Gundam?
Not just myself, but you actually brought up how splendid my subordinates are. I have no recourse but to admit it.
Oh?
Admit it? Did you say you admit it?
It appears I've obtained a one-way ticket to hell. Fine! Then you must trample me underfoot and advance.
Okay.
Victory can only be built upon a foundation of corpses. You cannot find peace without sacrifice anywhere. Now, trample this life. Trample it as though it were mere trash on the side of the road.
We just found out Soda's a bottom. We don't need you doing it too.
Pull the curtain strings of this worthless performance with your own two hands.
Oh, we are gonna... So much for Nagito stealing that. Alright.
Here's everything that happened in this case.
There it is.
Let's first go over the many tricks the killer prepared before they committed the crime. First, they destroyed the contact elevator. This separated Nagito and the others in Strawberry House from our group in Grape House. Next, they lured Nekomaru out by himself by turning back all the clocks in the funhouse by 2 hours. Additionally, in order to secure an alibi, the killer went to the Strawberry House lounge and set the wall clock's alarm to 5:30 a.m. After finishing their preparations, the killer went to Strawberry Tower with the necessary tools in hand. They obtained these tools from the octagon, which you can enter once you clear the final dead room. This means the killer discovered the secret of the funhouse faster than anybody else. That secret being, Strawberry House and Grape House are actually the same building.
I want to see Gundam in that pose now.
On the morning of the incident, Nekomaru woke up and headed over to Grape Tower for a specific...
Act 2 made of robot parts.
There, Fuyuhiko, who was at the lounge by coincidence, witnessed Nekomaru. According to Fuyuhiko's testimony, that was around 5 a.m., but by that point, the killer had already messed with our perception of time. In actuality, Fuyuhiko witnessed Nekomaru at 7 a.m. That's also the same time Monokuma Taichi begins. Nekomaru went to Great Tower to participate in that. However, because the contact elevator was broken, Nekomaru was unable to go to Great Tower.
Does he walk like that?
So he decided to try going to Strawberry Tower.
4 Dark Davis of Destruction!
The killer was waiting for him there. With the power of hamsters, they were able to press the button on the back of Nekomaru's.
With the power of hamsters! I play hamster in attack mode!
This forced him to enter sleep mode, rendering him immobile.
I'm surprised Gundam was able to drag him around.
From there, the killer began preparing to use the ultimate weapon. First, they set the alarm in Nekomaru's chest to 7:30 a.m. so he'd wake up. Then they tied him up with a metal wire, tied the tip of the wire into a loop, and hung it on the doorknob. After leaving Strawberry Tower, the killer then destroyed the door button to Strawberry Hall. They did this to keep us from entering Strawberry Tower, and to keep us from discovering the secret of the building structure that they used to kill Nekomaru. Then, they used the secret octagon passageway to travel to Grape House. After arriving at Grape Hall, they pressed the button to open the door to the tower. When that happened, the elevator-like floor of the tower began descending, and Nekomaru's body was still inside, dangling upside down in midair from the wire. The killer entered Grape Tower to see if their setup was successful, and placed a hammer on the floor to look like the weapon, then wrapped a chain around the back door. This was done to make us falsely believe we couldn't enter the tower from Strawberry Hall. With this, the killer finished their setup and tried to go back to their room using the secret passage, so they could craft their alibi when Nekomaru died from the fall. But something unexpected happened. Fuyuhiko, who saw Nekomaru earlier, was still at the lounge. As a result, the killer couldn't return to their room, and with no options available, time ran out. The lounge's wall clock alarm started ringing at 5:30. Well, actually 7:30. To avoid a worst-case scenario, the killer was forced to appear in front of Fuyuhiko with the others. When the wall clock's alarm rang, that was also the same time Nekomaru was waking up. He woke up while he was still hanging upside down, so he couldn't help but sway his body powerfully. Originally, the loop of wire was only supposed to slip off the doorknob, but because there was a heavier load than expected, the doorknob ended up breaking. Nekomaru fell from the 4th floor all the way to the 1st floor. He crashed into the pillar, which decapitated him on impact, and died. The sound of Nekomaru's impact echoed throughout the funhouse. However, by this point, the killer's plan was about to fail, thanks to the broken doorknob and Fuyuhiko. Meaning, the killer is someone who wouldn't have heard the alarm if they were in the deluxe room. They also wouldn't have been able to return to their guest room, because Fuyuhiko was at the lounge.
Oh, good, another moth.
That someone is Gundam Tanaka. I can't think of anyone else but you.
That pose!
That was splendid. For a mere human, you did quite well.
Stop. Stop it already.
Gundam's a murderer.
Stop using weird words to avoid the truth.
That.
Or I'll friggin' kill you myself!
I cannot believe it. I just cannot believe. You killed Nekomaru? I cannot believe something like that.
You don't wish to forgive me? Do you feel regret? Then finish it! Cast your impure votes for Gundam Tanaka! My beloved, deadly foe, let the voting time begin!
Alright. Was there any reason beyond just hunger, though? Maybe he wanted his hamsters to not starve?
This result isn't all that exciting.
Why?
Now then, please pull the lever in front of you and cast your vote. Who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? Please pull the lever! Crap! I bit my tongue at the most important part!
Something's still weird. All right.
Nice!
Now then. Jeez.
Fall, my tears. Listen well. How pitiful.
They did fight.
Fine.
Damn it!
This, too, must be the will of causality.
You.
Let's make history.
Cool.
That is...
Let me tell you this.
Huh?
I can see it!
Could it be?
sensing even my subtle killing intent, as expected of you, Nekomaru.
The scorching, stinging, tense atmosphere. I've been a team manager for so long, I'd nearly forgotten this. This is great! What a comforting atmosphere!
Okay.
That's a great one.
And what is your reason? Do you intend to resolve this situation by killing me?
I am the Warlock, Gundam Tanaka. Heroes, Lords of Darkness, and even the gods themselves flee from me. I am not going to any trivial reason. I'm simply going to kill you because your very existence is an annoyance.
Why?
You'll drench your soul with evil until the bitter end, huh? Splendid! In response to your spirit, I shall kill you with all of my might. I won't go easy on you. Don't even think about holding back. Don't waste your breath on cowardly tactics. Give me everything you got.
Nekomaru Nidai, your blood will drench the foundation of my empire!
That is...
Let me tell you this. You weakling! Fall, my tears. If you flinch, you will die! Let me ask. Fine. Listen well. I shall engulf this world. I renounce you!
You. But... Damn it.
Fine. Fall, my tears.
Oh. You...
Let's make history.
So he did it just because he didn't like the idea of giving up and starving to death.
well?
Or rather, that they were all ready to do that. And yeah, he did it for them. I thought it was because I thought Nekomaru killed himself for their sake.
My name is Gundam Tanaka. Fade like dust in the wind.
Yeah. And then him of Pandemonium. The new raid? Oh god. How nuts is this execution gonna be? Compared to Mikan's, this one will be amazing.
Yes, indeed.
The ultimate breeder.
Please wait! I beg of you!
She does love him! Maybe something involving a giant hamster? I don't know.
Huh?
I beg of you!
Maybe he'll be devoured by animals?
How pitiful. Fine. What is it, my four dark devas of destruction?
Oh.
Are you worried about me?
Oh.
My feared four dark devas of destruction. That is not like you at all.
Oh no, the hamsters!
However, There is no need to fear. In this world, I am only a temporary visitor. I was simply visiting for a moment, and now that my duty is complete, I must return to the darkness. That is why, until the very end, pride, conceit, courage, insolence, fearful of nothing, daunted by nothing. Let us laugh uproariously! That is Gundam Tanaka! I shall stick with my evil until the very end!
You know, at the beginning of the game, when I started talking to him and saw that he was all about this flowery Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime dialogue, I kind of hoped that if he was going to die, that he would drop the act, and just before he died, we get to see him talk with his real human personality. And it's looking less and less like that's gonna happen. And yes, I'm glad I maxed out his free time events. I mean, the game told me to go after it.
Open sesame pandemonium! I shall fill hell with true hell!
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
I figured there was a reason. I mean, I was under the, like, the game told me to get his skill, which I could only get by maxing out his social thing. So that was the reason I did it, but I also defer completely to your judgment on who I should talk to. Like blindly, because I know you know whatever the reason for whoever you tell me to talk to, I know that there's a reason. Here we go. Is there gonna be a Gundam in it? That would be amazing. Oh, there's an animal. Is he gonna get stampeded over? Stampede! Oh, what's he gonna do with the hamsters? He's leaving them behind! Oh, is he drawing a spell? Yo! Is it actually gonna work? He's doing alchemy! Nope, didn't work. He just gets run over. Oh no! What the fuck? Oh, maybe the spell did work and this is what it is? He's being carried off into animal heaven! What? Oh my god! Oh man! I mean, the execution itself was kind of bare bones. He literally just got run over by animals. But the fucking spell. I was expecting him to like leave the hamsters to Sonya. A protection spell for the hamsters? I mean, yeah. I mean, he could have just, like, pushed, like, left them very far off to the side.
Damn it!
Because you couldn't save him?
Worst.
Oh. You are right.
So wow, the fourth murder wasn't a fucking suicide like in the first game. That was a mislead. Gundam will crawl his way out of hell. Oh, she's crying. Ah!
Hey!
Wait!
Now then.
Hey, hey!
It's not like that.
Hey, hey. Right?
I mean, I knew Gundam wasn't going to survive to the end of the game. I mean, with that cartoony of a character. Ah. Uh-huh. That did seem a little weird.
Well... Damn it.
All right.
It's obvious.
Monokuma appears!
The bot doesn't have Gundam? It should. I put them all in. Hold on, let me check. That's weird, it doesn't. It should. I'll fix it afterwards. It'll be fixed for next one.
Now then.
If it should be there. Doesn't have Nagito?
What's this? What's the matter?
Wow.
So he knows who the true enemy is, but not who the traitor is. So they're two different people?
Hello.
Hey.
Say what?
You don't even know? Isn't that right?
Of course.
But...
A former student of Hope's Peak Academy. A former student of Hope's Peak Academy. Byakuya?
Who knows?
Hey. Well, right?
getting all riled up.
But they said the traitor was around during the previous cases and Byakuya is already dead.
No, no. Shing. Huh?
Hey.
Yep.
Right?
Oh.
No, no, no. Unbelievable.
Well, you're right.
Naegi.
Huh?
Like.
Wow.
Say what?
You don't know?
Okay. Yeah, it's Naegi.
Hey. See?
Waiting for.
That's.
This game just loves to throw shit at you that I just can't piece together. Naegi got into Hope's Peak by causing a jewel thief to crash into a lamppost. What the fuck? Alright. We're down to 7. Bread for destruction. Oh, the Hellhound earring! The one that fell through the fucking floorboards. Alright. So, that will be the end of the stream for today, for this chapter, now that we finished the 4th class trial. Wow. I mean, I should have realized that no one like Gundam would have lasted into the last 2 chapters of the game. I'm excited for chapter 5. I'm excited to keep playing. I'm most excited of all to be out of the goddamn fucking funhouse, I'll tell you that. Yeah, so exciting. Alright, I'm looking forward to more. Thank you, Lexi and Veronica, for being here. Thank you, Poyton, and everyone else who stopped by. Make sure you're following the channel so you will see more. I'm going to be streaming this every Sunday until I finish it. Oh, things that don't hurt my eyes. Yeah, that'll be amazing. Alright. Not much more to say. Thank you all once again. Before we go, we need to raid somebody. Let's see, who can we do? Boop, boop. Give me a sec to just check my Stream On Nation buddies and see who's streaming right now. Oh, looks like Dave is playing Monster Hunter. Or he was. Let's see. This one's still playing? Nope, this one's done. Is Zoriel still playing? He is. Who else is around? Who is streaming right now? Yeah, it looks like just Wise. Alright. I'm gonna pop you all over to his channel. Just let him know that AC Studios sent you. Give me just a moment. Thank you all, everybody. And we will see you next time. Alright, I am activating the raid. Let's all go and say hi to my buddy Wise. He's playing a bit of Fortnite. Alright, bye-bye.